Hello everyone and welcome back to the Great Book of Grudges. My name is Nathan and today I want to talk about the Blue Scribes. These are a legendary hero that will be available with Shadows of Change. Now, whether you're purchasing the DLC or not, you still want to know about them because it's likely the chance that even if you haven't purchased the DLC, you will see them somewhere across the battlefield. So you're getting two heroes at the same time as one entity. We've already seen this happen before with other characters. And what makes them so special is that they have different laws of magic. They don't actually just have the law of Tzeentch, they have a randomized rotation-based system every time they cast a spell, which gets stronger as you level up the character and campaign. So in the most basic way of explaining it, this character is perhaps one of the strongest legendary heroes added to the game, on par with more so of legendary items. Now, they are a little bit squishy, don't get me wrong, they'll still get shot out of the sky if they're dealing with Sisters of Avalon or High Elven Archers, whatever you want to deal with, but they are extremely strong, so we're going to talk about everything about them, really. For this, I'm going to be showcasing with the Changeling, but keep in mind that the following factions can also pick him up. Kairos Fateweaver, Village the Cursing, Codex Suneater, Sigvald, Archaon, the Demon Prince Daniel, and also Be'lakor, which means that quite a few factions will be able to benefit from this legendary hero, and to start everything off you just need to hit rank 10, which doesn't take too long. There is a chain quest to pick up the character, and we're going to talk about that, but keep in mind that every character has a different form of chain quest, so it won't be always the same. You'll have to build up a new building, go to a different location, so results may vary depending on the character. So same as Accord, you will get a chain quest, which I'm really happy about. These will introduce you to the characters in the form of lore, sometimes directly copied from the tabletop, sometimes it's something kind of new, but everything fits with the actual story and feel of Warhammer Fantasy. And again, I know this might not be the most important thing to people, but I very much appreciate it because it makes people learn about who they're playing. So, this first quest is called Parchment and Ink, and it has the following details. Parchment has been seen falling from the skies over nearby battlefields. The scribblings upon them bind powerful magics into pages, waiting to be unlocked by any who might claim them. Where they came from or why they litter the fields of war remains a mystery, yet one thing is for certain: every word brims with the Change's arcane power. If the culprits behind this flurry of spells are ever to be located, questions must be asked. Perhaps those captured in battle may have tales to tell us. The first quest was 500 captives, and this one is go to a specific location. It can vary depending on the character, but the details are as follows. Your investigation has proven fruitful indeed. It seems the Blue Scribes of Tzeentch, Tyrax, and Xirat are the frenzied force behind the haphazard magic that have plagued so many battlefields across the land. Better yet, a clue to their current location has now reared its head, as chaos surges in a nearby settlement. If you act quickly, you may be able to catch the Blue Scribes in action while they torture and twist every being in the area. And now we need another quest. This one is focusing around building up a specific thing. It can vary once again depending on your character, but the information is as follows. The Blue Scribes may have just slipped your grasp, but a show of force is not the only way to entice them to your side. They have been given an impossible task in recording every fragment of magic they can find, for the possibilities have multiplied in mortal hands. Perhaps the Cult of Change could offer these wandering wizards with their assistance, and provide them a place in the mortal realm capable of housing their surplus spells. So again, Cult of Change is for the Changeling. It can vary, but it doesn't take too long, and by the time that you start dealing with this, you're going to have enough cash to be able to build it regardless of whatever faction you've got. After that, you get the option of offer the library or lead them to destruction. Either way, you'll be able to recruit them, and there's a little bit of context here. The Blue Scribes marvel at the vast library before them, eager to fill it to the brim with all manner of destructive magic and abilities. Their bickering, however, is endlessly tiresome. While one yearns to join us in our path to ruin, destroying the mortal world, the other longs for the towering halls of your library, eager to continue transcribing their mess of jumbled scrolls in Tzeentch's honor. Though the constant argument has been the cause of several headaches, they do raise an interesting proposition. You could lead these harbingers of chaos into battle, where their records will be written in the blood of your foes, yet perhaps their work is better suited to your libraries, where the collection of occult power is sure to grow under their watch. So, here you can pick up a buff for your faction. It depends pretty much on what you actually want from them. It's quite powerful, so it's more tied to your playstyle, whatever you wish more than anything. But the main thing is now that you have a character who's very, very powerful, you can use them to very destructive capabilities. When it comes to a Chaos faction that has access to horrors, blue, pink, and exalted pink, you can get some quite powerful bonuses to make them much better, between obviously their traits, which will make them better in battle, to getting them better barriers. You're going to make your horrors very, very strong, and you could have a army which is mostly centered around horrors, which is something that I've been doing in my own personal playthrough and in a stream, because, I mean, it just kind of makes sense. But they even get stronger than that, as the Blue Scribes have access to spells, as you can imagine, but it's every single law of magic. So every time that you level up and you kind of want to go through that, you'll be able to pick up maybe the greenskin laws, ice magic, demon magic, the law of Hashut. Even if you go to the end of the skill line, you'll be able to pick up cataclysm spells at the start of every turn. Not only that, but every time you get a new law of magic, well, you'll also get a reduction to your spell cost as a whole, meaning that a 60% reduction is possible, making even your most expensive spells cost pretty much nothing. If you can add that with other modifiers to get more and more magic, you can become one of the biggest destructive forces pretty much in the Warhammer Fantasy world in terms of magical prowess. So I'm going to showcase a battle here. This is on campaign. While they are very, very strong in the actual normal battles, you know, land battles and so on, like any other legendary lord, they unleash their full potential in campaign battles. I'm attacking the Black Pyramid of Nagash, which has 2 standard armies and 1 garrison, and the idea here is that I'm not actually going to properly fight. I'm not going to use the forces. In fact, it's more of the case I'm trying to put myself into a losing situation and just showcase how much damage the Blue Scribes can do fully by their own with minimal help. The idea is not to win, just showcase. So here we've got the Blue Scribes just moving in a perfect way to show that they can still be damaged, and they will take a lot of damage here. Any range stuff will pick it out because they will be a target. We know how the AI reacts to this, but it's able to do a lot of spells. As you cast spells, I've got access to all the laws. The magic will start rotating, randomizing. You never know what you're going to get, so the more laws you have, the cheaper the spells become, but you never know if you're going to have just all buff spells or all damage spells. It kind of works in a very interesting way. Honestly, there is a way to do more damage, which would be waiting for all the allies to arrive and then they start moving towards you, but I wanted to just showcase how fast it is in terms of just the spell rotation, the fact that some spells which normally cost like, I don't know, 16 winds of magic are now just costing 6, 8, it depends really on the spell. But the damage already is starting to rank up. I'm not getting a lot of kills, but I'm doing damage to entities, right? The damage will really stack up, and you will notice that, yeah, it can get really, really powerful. The synergy needs to be there with a full army. The Blue Scribes will totally suffer by themselves. They're not a one-man thing. It's not like putting a legendary lord with the Sword of Cain, for example. But it can get pretty close in terms to damage output. Having maybe a regen spell every now and then pop up would be very, very useful. And now you can see that the allied armies are arriving, so I'm just casting whatever I can, a lot of wind spells, because obviously at this point a lot of stuff is going to be kind of ranked up. It's going to be great to be able to do as much damage as possible. Sometimes not the best spells to pick because, well, you know, they take a lot of time to cast, and the animation afterwards might take a long time, but the damage is being done. The absolute carnage from just one character. I'm moving up my army just to make everything get as close as possible, and obviously modifiers are a big thing here. The more reserve winds of magic that you do have, the better it works for you. If you have very little, then this hero is not going to be good. He's actually going to be pretty awful. I mean, situational at best would probably be the way to say it. But considering that I have so many pink horrors with me, I have so many techs and other items increasing winds of magic, I'm able to just keep casting, and casting some more, so it's ramping up. The absolute carnage here is just insane, and I think that he will do well with pretty much any faction that he's available to. I haven't really tried him with the Demon Prince, but I'll be very honest with you, I don't like playing the Demon Prince, but yeah, yeah, this is great. This shows that some people were kind of proven wrong because, yes, this is a very powerful character. It was garbage on the tabletop, I'll be honest with you. It's just a class hero that just doesn't really do well. But when it comes to Total War, where things just kind of get ramped up by 1,000, yeah, you can see the pure fuckery, essentially, that you can cause, and it works out really, really well. As far as heroes go, legendary heroes, he is very far up in terms of pretty much ranking. You can put him right next to Lord Croak, and he might even be better, again, only if you have a lot of Winds of Magic at your disposal. If you don't, he's going to suffer. But there are ways, I mean, I think I had about 170 or something Winds of Magic here. There are ways to get a lot more. There are ways to stack that horrendously high and just be an absolute force of destruction. If I was properly playing this battle, I would have gotten a lot more kills than I'll have by the end of it. And obviously, I did lose this battle, but the idea was just to see how much damage I could do. And this is just for the armies. I imagine that if I would have done this better, if I would have moved my forces, if I would have actually properly played, we would have won. And not only that, I would have had maybe 2,500 kills because I would have waited for enemies to be able to be more blobbed up, to be at the position of just pretty much dying. But I'm going to let the rest of the battle play out. I want you to see how much you can actually get from this character. It very much depends on if you want to purchase this DLC or not. Obviously, I don't want to talk about that stuff just yet. My review will be dropping on the 30th. It's not too long now. But I wanted to show off the character doing some cool shit because, I mean, this is Warhammer and this is what people want to see, right? But until then, let me know what you guys think about the Blue Scribes in the comments below. Let's start a bit of a discussion. I'll see you all again very, very soon. And have a good day.
Yes! Come on, this faster, minion! Who's steering? Not me! Don't taste! Lies of power is that way! Yes! Das Wasser sein! Disc! Moving! Air taste burn! Magic! Lines of power! Lead that way! Follow! Blue Scribes! Arcanologists! Faster, minion! Come on, Disc! What are you doing? There! Go! Who's steering? Not me! Scribes! Cast spell! Abu-Ruah! Blue Scribes! There, Disc! Cinches chosen Scribes! Blue Scribes! Azure Arcanologists! Who? Why? Go! Moving! Air taste burn! Magic!